And if you're just joining us, you're listening to the Halloween show on Rock 50. And we're going to start our drum segue right now. This month featuring the great Lars Ulrich of Metallica. And I'm going to read some stuff from Lars's bio. Lars Ulrich was born on December the 26th, 1963 in Gentofte, Denmark. And his father was Torben Ulrich, who was actually a famous tennis player. I probably got that wrong already. His paternal grandfather was a tennis player, Einar Ulrich. So
I believe his father was too.
Oh, his father was as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Just trying to get it right. Sorry, Lars. But it's quite amazing. Have you met him, Mike? Did you interview him at any point?
I never got to interview him, but he and James came for the last day of KNAC-FM.
Oh,
so
okay.
I got to meet him
All right.
then.
So you got to meet James and Lars.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Lars is an exceptional drummer. I in the bio earlier, I wanted to read something that he says, and but I feel really heartfelt about it because it reminds me of me a little bit. But he was doing an interview, okay, and he was talking about the early days with starting out with James and forming Metallica, and James originally didn't want to jam with Lars because due to the drummer's novice abilities and quote unquote, the criticism used to bother. This is Lars responding. The criticism used to bother me back in the day. I spent a lot of time overcompensating for that on the early records. But then you wake up one day and you're like, whatever, it hasn't bothered me for about 15 years. I'm no Joey Jordison, I'm no Mike Portnoy, and I have nothing but love and respect and admiration for all those guys. When I hear some of the young dudes, they blow my mind with what they can do with their feet and stuff. But it's not something that makes me go, I need to feel better about myself, so I'm going to learn how to do what they do with what I'm going to learn how to do what they do with my feet. I'm not a particularly accomplished drummer, but I am very, very good at understanding the role of drums. Next to James Hetfield's rhythm guitar, I guarantee you I'm the best guy in the world for that, and that's enough for me. So, so if you want to know anything about Lars Ulrich, then I think he just said it right there. I thought that was very poignant remarks that he made, and it's spiritually sound. I really like that. A lot of the paths that I just quoted there that Lars has passed through, I've travelled myself, and I ended up with being able to take whatever it is that whatever my abilities are. And I was able to utilize that in whatever music we did with Sabbath, or we're doing with my own bands now, and or if I jam out with anybody, I just play whatever shows up, So it's like this is what I got, But I can remember going through a period over 20, 26 years ago, where I stopped competing. And I tried to play like other, I was influenced by the people. I can't play that, I can't do that, I can't do this, I can't do that. So I had to find out what I could do and make good use of it. And it sounds like Lars has reached that settling ground as well. And I think he does such a good job of it. On my personal notes about Lars, I'd written that his drum creations have brought the sound of Metallica to the very edge of metal spearhead, and he's a nice man, which he is. He's a very nice man. If you get a chance to meet him, and he's worthy of much praise. He's inspirational, and a must listen for the student. So go ahead, students, if you are learning drums or need to learn new techniques and stuff like that, listen to Lars, man. He's got some really good stuff that you can learn from. So I just wanted to say that about him. Let me give you before we start, we're going to be playing some Metallica songs. So just bear with me for a while longer. This is for the drummers that are listening, so I hope that doesn't sound excluding of everybody else that might be listening at this point. Just running real quickly, Lars uses Tama drums, and very good drums. I use Tama myself as well. Tama drums, where are the... I've got his sizes somewhere. Maybe I don't. I've lost the page. 10 by 8 tom, 12 by 10 tom, 16 by 14 floor tom, 16 by 16 floor tom, 22 inch by 16 bass drum. 22 inch, that surprised me. Again, for me, I use the big 28s and the 26s, but 22s keep a real tight sound, which would absolutely fit with the sounds that we're going to be hearing in just a few minutes from Metallica. And he uses 14 inch by 6.5 inches signature snare drum, which is all good stuff. Lars uses Zildjian cymbals. He's using 14 inch hi-hats, 17 inch crashes, 18 crash, 19 inch crash, and then he uses an 18 inch China, 20 inch Oriental crash. And he also uses a 22-inch custom ping occasionally, so depending on where it needs to go. Drum heads are Remo, and that I think pretty much covers everything. He's using the Iron Cobras by Tama, which are excellent for bass drum work. So that's about as much as I can cover. The only thing I have to say now is Enter Sandman. It's what really gets to me is the atmosphere on that song. I think the atmosphere is just, you know what it reminds me of, Mike? It reminds me of the heady days back in 1968, 69, when we were listening to a lot of the underground stuff at the time, because it became very popular after that. But there's something about the atmosphere on that song, and I don't know whether the band, that would be Metallica, all four members of the band, whether they consciously went after that or not, I don't know. But usually I don't think musicians are that smart or that... you know, it's just like, well, let's create that, you know. But they usually create the song, and then what the gifts that come from the song are usually the uncreated things, which actually are the most powerful sometimes. And the atmosphere on that song, it just blows me away every time. It really wrenches my heart. I love the song. The song I'm talking about, for those of you who are listening, is Nothing Else Matters, and that was by Metallica. You've just heard a full set of Metallica songs, starting with Enter Sandman, Master of Puppets, Until It Sleeps, All Nightmare Long, all brilliant songs. I wanted to bring up one poignant point was the track Until It Sleeps, and we were talking about that because that was I think it's on the Load album. I could be wrong, or Reload, I'm not sure. I think it's Load. And the sound quality on that particular track is just absolutely amazing. I was just really blown away by Lars's drum sound, and I just think it's just very interesting to listen to sonically, and just he got all of the drums in there. You can hear all the bottom end, all the bass drums, all the floor toms, and he got all these highs in there as well. So I'm not sure. We ought to probably go on the computer and find out who was the production on that. Who did that production. And I think it was, again, the Load album. So for Metallica fans, you've been listening to Metallica. It's our drum segue. We're actually talking about Lars Ulrich, and it was the drummer in Metallica, and we just heard some brilliant work from Lars. It's just, there's so many things drum-wise in all of those songs that are departure points where other drummers can look at it and go, well, this didn't exist before, and then Lars created it, and we can all listen to it and go, wow. and we can nick some stuff as well, grab Lars's stuff, But I love the guy. I think he's just absolutely incredible. I'm going to finish the segue with Lars by saying this. I sighed a deep sigh of relief when I heard the Black Album. Everything musically had seemed to be distorted feng shui until I heard Lars and Metallica landing firmly with a statement that announced "this way." And that's how it felt before. You know where the music scene was a little. During the early '80s, and things were kind of like, oh, we got this band and we got that going on, and I was in bad shape. I was kind of like coming off Sabbath, and we've been through all the Sabbath years and touring and grinding. And it was 1980, and I was just waking up into a new life, I guess, and I was looking around for music, and then I heard a couple of Metallica's early albums, and then I heard the Black Album, and I thought, oh my God, and it seemed to me like it had the same effect that the White Album, the Beatles' White Album, had on me, and the Metallica's Black Album. When I heard that, and I heard Lars's playing, and I just was like, wow. We've really, something really neat has been accomplished here. So I think, and I like it. It's pointing this way, guys. This is the way we're going. And it seemed like there was a multitude of music that followed then, and we've got this incredible heavy metal thing that we have today. I mean, it's just like over the last last 20 years, longer than that actually. So. Anyway, I really enjoyed the set. Did you like it?
Had a great time.
You had a great time?
Yeah.
Okay.
You saw me over here.
Yeah, I did. I saw your head banging.
Yeah,
you naughty person, you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Head bang, head bang, head bang, head bang. And head bang some more. So we're going to move on. Thanks, Lars. Thanks, Lars, for being who you are, for playing what you did, and I wish you much continued success, and I love you, and all the best to the guys in the band.